When we pulled into Cargo Bay and needed shotgun shells, the QM yelled at me to stop a banging on his bell. We wanted some munitions for our glorious ballad hunt, but found too late that they just hated us green tiny cunts.
And we're banned from Cargo, everyone. Banned from Cargo just for having a little fun.
We spent the whole round gearing up and stealing all their ore. Now NT doesn't want us anymore. I started as a cargo tech and I had to send these comms, so I did what anyone would do and ordered 20 bombs.
Hey, can I borrow
but
that?
then an engine with a welder hit me and set me ablaze. So cargo set on fire too when the server lagged for days. And we're banned from Cargo, everyone. Banned from Cargo just for having a little fun. We spent the whole round gearing up and stealing all their ore. Now NT doesn't want us anymore. Worked the shift as King Cargo decided to succeed. The cargo techs were sent out to take all the things we need. Foolishly, Sec challenged us and all of them did fall. The only thing that stopped us was that goddamn shuttle call. And we're banned from Cargo, everyone. Banned from Cargo just for having a little fun. We spent the whole round gearing up and stealing all their ore. Now NT doesn't want us anymore.
Take it from you, Stagger.
I heard those fucking techies were building an engine. They didn't heed my warnings, they constructed an SM. Just to let them know who really is the chief. I cut the power, locked the doors, and now they're all ground beef. And we're banned from Cargo, everyone. Banned from Cargo just for having a little fun.
We spent the whole round gearing up and stealing all their ore. Now NT doesn't want us anymore. Solo!
There we go. Y'all got some yellow gloves I could borrow? Hey, is it cool if I stash this here? Nah, it's fine. I got you.
And we're banned from Cargo. I've certainly been banned from a number of stations. Hello. How is everyone? I hope everything's working fine because I've had to change these settings because I have different sets of settings for different things. So hopefully everything sounds just fine and dandy on this Monday day. But yeah, so Dip may be showing up in a bit, maybe in a bit. And we are going to continue on without him in the short term. I am going to be playing the fuck out of Rimworld. As you guys may have noticed on the Black Pants Legion main channel, there's some Rimworld footage. You don't have to check it out if you don't give a fuck, because I ain't gonna force you. I made it for me, and we had fun making it. So what we're gonna do now is I'm going to switch, because I forgot to plug in my Stream Deck, because I'm an idiot. So we're gonna switch over to this manually. We're gonna do this very primitively. Now, this mod pack, believe it or not, is out there. You can go find this mod pack. This Black Pants Legion mod pack, which is huge as a collection. It is saved under a collection on Steam. But as you can see, it's a lot more than I can go over here, but they all actually do play well together. And it adds all sorts of things like realistic ballistics, and explosions, and overpressure from explosions, and realistic fire, and logistics chains, and all sorts of horrible things. And I'll be playing some of this perhaps tomorrow night on BPL, but I haven't decided yet. So we're going to create a new colony, and we're going to do, whatever. I can also have twice the population, so that's fun. Ooh, fart noises from random people. That's always fun. Don't worry about the giraffe fence. It's Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to just do adventure story, which it doesn't fucking matter because all of this is Randy Random. Now, yes to the Galactic Empire, Rebel Alliance, sure. Just random hive of scum and villainy, yes. The Shire, of course. Space Marines, of course. Union Aerospace Installation, you know, for the Space Marines to fight the Doom guys. I don't need these civil outland, boo. Pirates, no. Cannibal pirates, yes. Gentle tribe, no. Fierce tribe, no. Savage tribe, no. Cannibal tribe, yes. Nudist tribe, no. And no insect gene lines. Fuck those things. All right, we need a seed. What are we going to choose? What are we going to choose? Let's choose a seed. Let's come up with a name. And no, I don't have any mods that actually allow Twitch integration because I never thought of actually streaming on Twitch at any point. So, my bad. Here we go. What are we going to do? Don't worry about the giraffe fence. That was just a story, and the brownout and fire was largely exaggerated. Let's see. Taco Tuesday, you got it. All right, Taco Tuesday, and we're going to do, I'll just levy 30%, whatever. Here we go, Taco Tuesday. And you know what I'm going to let you guys do is I'm not going to sit here and paper doll every single person who shows up in chat because Jesus Christ, that would take for fucking ever. What is Shount? What the fuck? That sounds like a really off-brand shampoo. It does. It doesn't it? It's like, oh yes, my eyes sting because I use Shount. Choking Nathalia. That sounds like a porno. Yeah. Alright, Daunt Swamp. That's a nice little mountain chain there. Let's see. Downed. Whaler Sea. Alright. Koala Plateau. I ain't going down there. Those fuckers are dangerous. Alright, so let's... some rebels, some other people. Let's go into the jungle. I'm a mountain man. I like the mountains. So let's go up into here. Slate and Marble. Tropical rainforest. Year-roundish growing. Cool. Let's do that. Now, here's why I use my mod pack. Is I can actually choose not only map size and fart noises, but you can do a lot more. And I'll be showing you that. But if I have to explain every mod and where I got it and its name, heaven help me. I won't remember. I won't remember at all. So here's what we do, is ideology, I think that is the one thing that unifies everyone in the BPL and WBPL, is an ideology and that shit posting is very important, and one of those yardsticks of civilization. So, considering my, past directives in shit posting, I think it's only important they continue. So we're going to use Cargonia as our religion. Alright, so we need to get into Prepare Carefully, one of the best mods of Rimworld. And we're going to just get rid of these people we respond with, who cares, not important. And then we're going to load preset. And I have a lot of interesting presets of all sorts of people. However, I can also just load people, and I made Aux. So, congratulations, auxiliary workers of the Black Pants Legion. Fuck, that scared the shit out of me. I almost went for the desk gun. Things you can't do on Twitch. I'm a jumpy person. So welcome to the, see, I was prepared for that one. Thank you, Night Owl. I appreciate it, but oof. So, here's the, auxiliary worker. As you might notice, they have a shirt, they have a top hat, and they have the finest of facial hair. Now, some will point out that there are, in fact, female members of the auxiliary. That's fine. I don't discriminate. Everyone will be issued the same beard. Everyone will get one. If you can't grow one, one will be provided. Okay? And before anyone says, hey, this sounds like the Arcanum soundtrack, it's because it is. So, mods are great. So we have to create a background that is suitable of an auxiliary, representative of them. So what would you say is representative of the childhood of the average member of the auxiliary? Please don't get too real, because I don't want this stream to be any sadder than I am currently. Let's keep it positive. Let's unhinged, dreamer, crab people. I don't see crab people, but if it crashed baby, what? Oh, I see. I thought it meant like that's when you were born. Like there was a traffic crash, and that was common enough that someone put it in this. Yeah, I don't get. Okay, so some sort of gun experience. Let's just feral child. No, wow. Crafting what? Firekeeper, frightened child, that would be mine. Let's see. You know what? Gun kid. We have a lot of gun people. Yeah. So there, gun kid, and then adulthood. Please don't say gun adult. Please. I know some of you have transitioned into you know, that line of work, but what I'm saying is just, here we go. Wildlife warrior. Ooh. Warrior. You know what? Yeah, we're mighty warriors. That's what we're gonna be. Groundbreaking, workaholic, and optimist. That won't last long. Don't worry. And I'm gonna make everyone okay at most things. I'm just gonna make them really passionate at shooting shit. That's the only thing I'm... Actually, you know what? That's not nice. Here, I'm gonna make everyone okay at most things within the limits of the game. And then we'll just deploy the auxiliary. Now, here's the thing. That's one ox worker. And that's neat. That's neat. That's neat to have one ox worker. But what if we could just save this ox worker and then load more ox workers? 2, 3, and you know what? Hold on. Why isn't this faster? 4, 5. Yeah, no. More. Nope. Let's break Rimworld. I've actually played this with over 100 people before. I need teams of workers, and I know that every time you add this up, see, this number here goes up, and that's the danger, because this is Rimworld adding the levels to the fuck piles of hurt that is going to pour into your butt. So what you need to do is just not care and never get attached to anyone named. That's why I named them all Ox Worker. So, yeah, don't worry about any of that stuff. No, we're not taking that. Nope. I'm not giving you starting material. Are you fucking crazy? Alright, no. Medicine. Alright. Okay, no silver. That's expensive. No. Alright, so don't worry about this. His name is Robert Paulson. Alright, so, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad, but it's gonna be great. So, I need to take some power for the boys. What is the best form of power? Now, I know some of you are gonna say, Tex, I don't know what the best form of power is. And I'm gonna say, well, I know what I would want to have. And that is a radioisotope thermal generator. You know, I think that is what I would want to have as a power standby unit in a colony that was collapsed, you know, onto a planet from orbit. Don't worry about what's in it. Like, everyone is like, ooh, the inside's spicy, but so's a burrito. Just, you know, take precautions. Just a little owie. Alright, so what we're gonna do is gonna find that radioisotope thermogenerator, and we're just gonna put that in there, and we're just gonna have it as just, you know, a thing. We're just gonna have it in the corner, don't worry. And we'll take some of these very cheap hauler bots just to help us maintain our pile of shit. They will also get killed routinely and eat up all the resources we have. It will make you very mad. Don't worry though, it'll get better. Trying to find, because there's the kitchen bots, but no, I'm going to make you guys actually eat your own food. And I know some people are going to say horror, but I know some of you can actually cook. So, oh, there she is. There she is. All right, we're going to take, I don't know, let's say 6 of them. We'll take a 6-pack of nuclear things. Now, we have some medicine. We're going to take 500 food, which we're going to go through in like 8 minutes, and all the animals are going to eat it. We have some medicine. We have to have some weapons. So, welcome to the wide world of my mod selection, in that there's a little bit of everything. It's all cattywampus. It requires forever to get around, but I'm gonna have to call back to Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, which is one of my favorite films, in which I'm going to make all of you share a Glock. You're not gonna have a good time. So where is the Glock? Where's the Glocks? Because nothing is in order. Come on, Glock. I know there's lightsabers. Some people are going to say, but text that. No, give me the PPS. No, but I want the And I'm like, nope. Where is the Glock? I will make you all share something. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Here we go. Taurus Judge. So, I've changed my mind. Pray I don't change it any further. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 people. So I need 25 Taurus judges. You can't take money back once you donated it. Now, can you? People out there are screaming, don't worry, don't worry. I'll have plenty of ammunition of 410. It'll be great. There you go. There's your pile of 410. And you can all enjoy the Taurus Judge together. Some people thought I was being crazy with a Glock, but now I showed you. Oh, man. Here we go. Here we go. It's the Taurus Judge, because I want to spray the wall with pistol things. Taurus is hit and miss. I hate to say that, but they are. I've seen some of their product that's fantastic, and I've seen some of their product where I'm like, holy shit. Okay, quit puking. Jesus fuck. You know, you expect people to not throw up when they first show up at work. I've only done that once. The guy's puking all over other people's shit. He's like, ha ha ha, I'm not touching that gun. Ugh. Alright, everybody grab a judge. Oh my god. Alright, I should probably just manage a loadout. That's what I love about this game, is you can just manage a loadout. Okay, new loadout. We're gonna call... Okay, watch this. Is everyone ready for gun cringe? Because if anyone knows a gun person in the room, I want you to look dead in their eyes as I do this. The role is called the Judge. But what you can do is you can go Judge, Taurus Judge, and go click, and you can... Oh, don't take 2. That would be too overpowered. And then, there. And we'll put in, let's say, 1 shell. No, I think you should carry 150 in your pocket, so you just constantly rattle. Alright, now, current loadout, the Judge. Then you just do this. Easy peasy. And, yep. Then I'll just go down the list, click rearm, everyone grabs a gun. Never mind the thing that says war in the lower right-hand corner. That happens. It's just Rimworld stuff, you know? The Judge. I like the idea of a revolver shotgun. I like the idea of it. However, I'm a weird guy. And I also like the idea of one in 20 gauge. So, yeah. I also thought that some of the coolest stuff that Taurus stopped developing, they should keep developing. Like, well, they, believe it or not, they had this gun called the, Raging Bee. And the Raging Bee was like the Raging Bull, but it was in much smaller, faster calibers, and they made a limited run of them. I shit you not, in 5.56. And I'm talking like maybe 300 of them. There were some top strap cutting issues, as you might imagine, of 5.56 going through a revolver. But I really want one. And then they stopped making them. And if you ask them about it, they'll say, I never made them. But they did. They did. So everyone's got their guns. Everyone's reloading the Taurus Judge from the stockpile of Judge. Everyone must reload the Judge. Everyone has Judge. Except for you. Grab your Judge. Okay, cool. Everyone has Taurus Judges now. I can't believe I said that. So here's the other cool part of this mod pack. Let's say I hate the start, right? Well, I can click this and just go into reroll map and choose a different one. Except I don't mind this one. I'll just keep it. Okay, so we need to mine, and then we need to create work. So here's what we're going to do, is we're going to create work teams and see which team is the best. So you guys don't do any of that shit. None of it. Don't worry. We're going to work this out. It's going to be very equitable. All right, let's so break. Oh, you mean like breaking people's resistance. Okay, that's a little scary. Let's see. What are you going to do? You guys are going to construct and you're going to mine. That's it. That's your fucking job. Oh, and beating people because it builds the same strengths. But you know what I mean. A deputy taught me that one. He's like, this keeps people's melee trained very high. And I was like, this is cheating and terrible, but I understand it and I love it. So then we're going to do grow and plant cut. These two people are going to just do that. They're going to go around and grow and plant cut. And you know what? They can also cook. I will allow them to do this. Good. All right, next team is going to be the... Oh, and everyone's getting medical, like, at once. Because I hate all this bullshit in Rimworld where they're like, oh, you can't have medical if you're doing this. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but blood leaving me gets my attention very quickly. Yeah, so I'm sitting there looking over, and, yeah, good day. It's the auxiliary. Everyone's fine. Don't worry about it. All right, so we got that group. Now we got that group. Good. Now next, what we're going to do is we're going to have the smithing and tailoring people. Their job is just going to do smithing and tailoring. And I mean, they're going to take, like, the bread, and they're going to smith it. They're going to smith the bread into logs of loaf logs. And then we will harvest, we will take those and use those to forge sandwiches, you know. It's a very difficult industry. Many people die. So, anyways, let's see. What's next? Oh, yeah, you guys are the... I don't know why nuclear is in the same category as, like, hauling. But hauling and cleaning is definitely going to be important. And a lot of people are going to have to do it. However, some of them will graduate to not hauling and cleaning. And I think this should hold us for now. We have plenty of judges. Now we just need to figure out how to get in this fucking mountain. Yeah, boomalopes. Gross. Alright, so... let's dig in here. Alright. So, sorry, I've been ignoring chat. My apologies. Vigilo shitposto, I agree. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna slowly start our living in the woods. Quit puking. Please quit puking. Please just stop the vomit. Just stop. Get some help. That meme was very long-lived. This is going to be our crop zone. And we will grow potatoes for now. And then further up here we'll grow our fart, I guess. Hello, Rayford. We also need to cut down all these fucking trees, because trees are just full of shit, and no one likes them, and pollen, animals, fruit. Just gotta cut all that down. We got these guys in there cutting, so it's good. As far as it goes, though, I think with the auxiliary, it's very true. You have a lot of people who would definitely join a colony, even though that seems like a really stupid thing to do. And I think that I'm of the same group. I think I am in many ways culturally, and the way I kind of phrase it. And this is something you guys need to think about is, imagine if someone told you that you could go one way on a journey to, like, Mars to help colonize it, but you could never come back. New world, new opportunities. I think a lot of people are kind of bold in that generation, just kind of right now, restless in a sense. So here's my question. What is everyone eating for din din? I have not yet had mine. I ate a bar that contained protein and carbohydrates. It contained 4 of them. I had this with a Coke that was so flat that when I opened it, it didn't hiss. So today's not my day. It's just like, it sounds like a really cursed product, don't it? No hiss Coke. Does the hiss scare Grandma? Get a no hiss Coke today. No hiss. Grandma won't be startled. Okay, what corpses go in this pile? Not the people corpses. We're gonna be using those. That's gonna be meat. So these guys are all having a nap. They're all having a nap. I've told the lifting crew that I guess that we would have to work with each other on teams, right? So you've got like a crew. This whole group down here is like the lifting crew. All they do is move rocks all day. So they're just like jacked. It's like in Kenshi if you forget somebody who's mining. Did I ever tell you guys that Kenshi? I said it on the podcast, but I'm not sure if I ever mentioned it on a stream of like the time on Kenshi I forgot about the lady that I didn't care about and I sent her to mine in the corner. That was hilarious. That was like a Conan moment. That was me thinking I knew what Kenshi was about. But no, you've got like the jacked crew. All they do is lift rocks. They're like dwarves. They're just wide, just wide refrigerator people. You got the smith and, crafting class. This is like your middle class of society. They're, a little bit more technically oriented. And then you've got like people who are just, these are all the cooks. These are all the people who are showing and show and tell and all this stuff about, all the fancy shit they make. And then these are the people who just like to build stuff and cut things apart and don't want to talk to people. So your hard space shit breaker people are up here. And, that's different jobs. But there is a strata of society. Everyone else is just kind of hanging out, cutting trees, planting stuff, milling around, not having a bad day, not having a great day either. However, I'm going to make them do some recreation because I'm going to make them actually have a horseshoes pen. And they will build it. And there will be much merriment. They will ecstatically all run to it at all times of day and throw horseshoes gleefully. However, I'm going to move some of these guys into mining as well. Because I want them to mine. We're going to need to get through this. Lots and lots and lots of auxiliary. Don't worry about it. We're just going to build a giant cool place to hang out with our bros in the mountain. We're going to hide in the mountain, and we're going to be pretty cool. So we're just going to install this here. We're going to install this here. Don't worry, it's just nuclear reactor. Well, they're not even a reactor. It's just a hot box of angry radiation, and it just occasionally sparks, Nothing terrible or big. 3.6 Roentgen. Not great, not terrible. Just, thank you, Mr. Train. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, bud. Thank you very much. Alright, so we got people mining now. And we're getting the rocks out, which is good. We're going to build a roof, which is going to be difficult because it's going to require putting sheet metal overhead. And yeah, they are spicy rock boxes. So we're going to send these guys in, and we're just going to mine. That's what we're going to do. It's going to be great. I turned the robots on, but there's nothing for the robots to do. So good job, us. We're going to need to make a... Oh, visitors have shown up. Well, they can politely fuck off because I have nothing they want. They can fuck right the fuck off. Unless they have something really nice. But they can fuck right off. Or they can get judged. Yeah, that's what it'll be. You will face judge... God, could you imagine if they made a... Because back in the 70s and 80s, they would make action movies or whatever. And they would have a theme, like, oh, the action hero has a blank, like a gun. And it's much like a Western, So like in Cobra, he's got the Jaddy-matic, he's got his Colt. The cowboy has a gun and it's iconic, right? So here's the thing. Imagine a Western where everyone has Taurus judges. Just imagine, play that out in your head. Just go ahead and just imagine that where, the cowboy pulls his gun and shoots quick and not only, like, nails the person he's aiming at, but the barkeep, the waitress, everyone else. I told you to get... The Sopranos is good. Polish. Sopranos is good. Good series. Oh, a flirting frenzy. Says they're looking for some lovin'. I don't think that's flirting. I think that just means, like, you have the horny. Which is fine. I mean, that's human, but don't tell me. That's all I ask. I don't want to be aware of it. Unnecessary information. Rimworld, please. So what we're going to do is we're going to build ourselves a nice little series of rooms and put people in them, and it's going to be fine. It's not a colony of clones. It's just I don't have time to model everyone's distinctiveness, so you're going to have to use your imagination. But don't get deluded. Don't go, that's a... Oh, God. Fuck. All right. I'll need to turn that down in the future. Hi-ho, holy shit. Thank you. So, yeah, we'll just have our fun here. Oh, what? Mad guinea pig? I'm sorry, but where? Uh-huh. This guy's not even getting involved. If you die to a guinea pig, you deserve it. Nope. No guinea pig wounds. Oh, wait. He has a bite on his foot from guinea pig. We're going to make a lot of taters. So, this is going to be our storage area. And we're going to live in a nice, weird dorm thing for a while. Because I can't afford to give everyone their own house. I'm a bad father. I'm sorry. They cut the hours down at the plant. It's really hard. You don't understand what it's like, man. Alright, so... In Rimworld, though, what we're going to do is we're going to just put the steel door in there. And then we're going to build this thing called a murder shoot hole, an embrasure. And we're going to put that right outside it. And we're going to make sure that there's actually a way out, because I once actually mined myself in and out of my base. That was quite bad. So there's going to be a nice little way out, side door there. Good. And then I just put a reinforced door right here and right here. And there we go. So, front of our base is almost done. We're going to start getting electromotricity and lights. And there will be an aux dance. And then we will soon begin to export Cargonia as a noble identity and sovereign line of thought. Just think of it, friends. Endless oceans of freight. Free for the taking. As it passes by, why should you not have a taste of its box? Yes, the whole colony is the ox. Some are running around. Some people are hauling people around. One person got bit by a guinea pig. There's fucking elephants in the corner because I put on mods that basically make the wildlife like a bit, you know, Dwarf Fortressy, and that's gonna be interesting. But so be it, right? Don't worry about it. A group of travelers are passing by. Well, they can get gone. Alright, look at all this scrap metal we can have later. We're gonna grow some taters. Oh. We should have... What's our faction called? The Auxiliary. What is the local settlement? Oh, we need a town name. What is a town name that, if you see it on the map, will discourage people from going there? Like Oxylvania? That's not bad. But Cargonia, it's not bad. Let's see. Sheboygan. Ohio. Oh, that's too bad. Judgeland. There. Alright, fine. It's Judgeland. Why is it called that? Well... Oh no, did we just mine away half the mountain? Yeah, alright, fine. Ooh, there's a lot of steel there, don't care. Alright, that's mine now. And that's gonna be part of our pool. We're going to have an indoor pool now. Unless we mine out something else that's even worse. But don't worry, indoor pool is definitely on my to-do list now. And we'll just have to reinforce all this to make the enemy not get in here easy. I don't like how in Rimworld the adversary you have somehow knows how to just by whimsy directly tunnel through and find you know, everything. That's a bit much for me. Yeah, we'll have a nice indoor grow area. We'll grow some mushrooms for our soup. It'll be nice. Alright, the ox is all having as much fun as they're allowed, and minor break risks. But why? Did dumb labor. No one like. I get it, but fuck off. This is not Brazil. Goat, we are not making Brazil. Brazil had its time in the sun. People will see the end of that soon enough. TLDR, goat petted an elephant. That's all you need to know. It was great, actually. It's kind of what I wanted. Someone to go around, pet an elephant, and experience the full force of nature. The floor is cold. No, it's not. That sounds like a lie. We got ox people sleeping outside, you know. Alright, so we got plenty of mining to do, which is great. I know a lot of them are not going to like the fact they did dumb labor, but as soon as we make a barbecue in here, I think everyone's going to be fine. Everyone's going to be just fine. Oh wow, they mine those people in there. That's great. Raid the goblins? The goblins. The goblins. Watch out, they got a knife. They might have bought it at a milsurp store. Uh-oh, here comes a member of the Ox. You know what? No. Mama didn't raise no bitch. Here we go. Nope. Oh. Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah. Alright, see you later. Have a good one. Do you need to be dissuaded further? Do you... No? Alright. Seems like they got it. Seems like that was just made to... You know, you are being raided. I disagree. They're just like, why does everyone have these? And I'm like, I don't know. Anyways, we do. Look at all these people mined in here now. Fun times. Well, you better finish your work, or it's cask of Amontillado for all of you. A tortoise self-tamed. Well, I don't want a tortoise. Right, the Rimworld music changed as soon as I said that. Like it's Texas thoughts of the day, but I don't want a tortoise. Like, what the fuck? Alright. We're just gonna build some power? There's gonna be power in the ground? These people are like, I want out of the cave. And I'm like, I would like another Coke, but I can't do that right now. So you're gonna have to just stay in the cave and mine. I'm sorry. But you're gonna have to do that. They're like, I don't like it. And I'm like, no one does, friend. Not everything is blowjobs and burritos, my friend. You're gonna have to mine yourself out of the hole. That's the rule here. Now, never mind that I made the hole. Sometimes accidents happen. Somebody's gonna starve or something, but I mean, yep, they're in the hole. You better get out of the hole or you starve. Yeah. Uh-oh, you gonna get out? If you can't get out of the hole, I mean, I guess we're all really in the hole in our head, aren't we, sometimes? It's really about overcoming that, isn't it? Good luck. All right, so. Oh, now they can finally go eat. See? By using teamwork, use something freedom. So, team building exercise. And that's why no one likes HR. Let's build stuff. People are gonna just clip this, I'm sure, but it's alright. We're all gonna live as a big, happy family in our weird Rimworld house / compound. Because that's what it's about, isn't it? It's about having a compound with friends and your crazy post-apocalyptic Rimworld civilization where you all have the same bed assembled by a stranger. Excellent. The bed, room is ready. It will have a reinforced door to conceal the screaming of all of the farts. If anyone would care to, you may also join the auxiliary by following the Discord link as provided by hitting ! And Discord. But that is your option. You may live wherever you want on the internet. I found fewer places better, to be honest. So if that is one step too far, I understand. Holy shit, we are almost all indoors. Yes, almost. We have no power, really, other than the radiation. Don't worry about the radiation. There's just a few holes in some things and leaky radiation thingies, but it'll be fine. Don't worry. We won't have to worry about the radiation because I can't measure it yet. I lack the technology. Ah, an exotic goods trader. What do you got? Well, you got a lot of people wearing, like, hijab, and you got, like, some alpacas, and you've got some Star Wars guys. Like that guy who sits outdoors on Yavin 4 on that stick, and he's like, yep, that X-Wing's doing 80 over. Alright, let's talk with this exotic goods trader. I will see. We are running out of food. We are down to 183 food. This is not good. I will sell you a tortoise. It is worth $129. I will sell you the 212,000 rounds of 410 that I have for $500. That sounds about real. And I'll sell the rest of these that I haven't used. No, I won't, because I need them badly. And I will cry later for not having them. I know I will. So I managed to make some silver, enough to perhaps buy nothing. And I realize I'm going to have to very quickly and soon start hunting. This is going to be bad. And some people will say the game is way easy with bots or what have you. Bots are actually a giant drain on resources. They're incredibly expensive to buy. They're very expensive to fix. And then on top of it, to make it even worse, they up the value of your base like crazy. So if you get a bunch of bots to do hauling or whatever, because so many people in your colony are fucking miserable and they won't do any work ever, you get your robots, right? Well, and thank you, Lord Commissar Eisenhard. But when it comes down to robots, and what have you, you get all these fucking robots in there because the only other option you have, the only one, is to purposefully have stupid people to do heavy lifting. The game's like, well, if you think robots are ridiculous, you need slave labor. And I'm like, okay, I get it, but I'd rather have something that isn't, like, a robot's efficient, and I can get it to do one job really quick. I mean, it's kind of like an industrial design thing. Like, sure, I could turn power by having 1 million people run on a treadmill, or I could have a nuclear reactor. I'd rather have the reactor. It produces more other industrial, stuff. Feedstock. Useful things. Product.
Indeed.
Hello, Deputy. How are you doing?
Howdy.
Well, I'm building our Rimworld house.
Well,
now, everyone has judges.
I see that.
Taurus judges. Taurus judges, Deputy. The most
World's
elite.
most useless revolver.
It is not the most useless revolver. The most useless revolver is the stupid 410 rifle. It's not the most useless. I think it has a use. I just think its use is really niche. I think it's a cool gun for, like, what? Why are you already starting groaning?
I'd rather have the circuit judge than the normal judge, because at least you've got enough barrel to get something out of 45 long coal.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is that it's cool to have a 410 gun for, like, a garden gun. That's a good gun for that.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
For like snake killing and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, that, and you can also put like funny things in shotgun shells. So like mean gun, you know. Because you can't shit on that and in the same sentence be like, God, I want that P90 clacker gun from Keltec. You can't say that in the same sentence. That's lying. That's lying.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can say I like ridiculous guns. That's okay. Because I do. Like, there's a lot of Keltec designs that I'd be like, God, I would buy this if I had the money. It's good I don't, because I would. Because they just do bad things, but they do them. Alright, so here's what we're going to do, is we're going to build our minor refrigerator, because we have not enough money in potato. And we are rapidly running out of rations because I didn't take enough because I thought it would be funny. But at this point, it's getting like not haha funny, but more Donner Party funny.
Yeah. Well, there's no party like the Donner Party.
Donner Party don't stop. Well, it did. It actually did. Donner Party does stop, in fact. That was kind of the crux of the issue, I suppose.
Yeah, when you run out of people.
Yeah, you know, when you run out of people, the party's over. And that's one thing the Donner Party taught us. We can be thankful for them. We now know that now. Future generations of partiers don't need to, you know, guess. They will know. When you run out of people, the party's over.
They
Donner
said,
Party.
It's my party. I can eat if I want to.
That's true. Now, I realized that back in the day, you actually didn't have to be really qualified at all in any capacity whatsoever to lead people across the United States. Like, there was no training for that.
No.
So you would just say, I'll lead you to Oregon. And you'd be like, you've done this before, right? And you're like, sure, as my name is Honest Johnson. And they're like, well, Honest Johnson seems pretty honest. And then Honest Johnson, like, eats people.
Work quickly, though. I can't be in town too long, where someone will recognize me. They're like,
wow.
Yep, that's normal.
Two of the ox are fighting. I hear a lot of punching, but it's none of my issue. I figured I figure it's just people beating the hell out of each other just because they're like, we have no TV.
Hey, Cap Moran was a really good cap. Don't be hating on Cap Moran.
Cap Moran was a great captain, and he is exactly how you should play a captain in, I would say in Traveler, probably. That's my archetype. Just be like, all right, here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Don't worry about these guys. I know these guys. We should make Psyduck watch Captain Ron like 10 times. So his character in the game just becomes this insane person. You're like, what? And it's like, all right, here's what we're gonna do.
That's a result of his 5 weeks of 1 week.
Ugh.
So, yeah.
You can tell them about the game if you want.
Yeah, so we just had a misjump, a pretty serious misjump actually. They rolled very abysmally. So misjumps in Traveler in the base game are kind of You know, you're told to add days to their jump or make it, you know, 1 or 2 parsecs away or various other things. But I didn't like that, so I found a couple of tables to roll on to figure out how this misjump went, and it was interesting. For one, they spent what was it? It was
6. It was like 6 weeks.
5 weeks.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was fucking horrible. It was like 5 weeks in a jump.
We spent like 6 weeks in jump space.
Yeah, we almost had to kill the whale. I almost killed the whale.
Yeah, they have a whale, and we're talking Mongoose, Traveler 2, yeah. Well,
we have a whale, and he needed a ride, but now he's kind of a pain in our ass, and And I, you know, when we dropped over at a station, we're still not at our destination. We're running out of food. Things are really bad. And it's like a game of FTL at this point. And so I bought a toaster to deal with a whale, which is in a tank. And we all laughed for about 10 minutes. But we're actually seriously thinking about it, killing the whale and turning it into sausage because things are that dire. So we are sizing up to eat NPCs on the ship.
Oh, they have had a whale of a time.
Shut the fuck
Yeah,
up. That is the worst. I hate it.
I don't want to get into it and start spoiling details, but they've been dealing with this whale for a while. They tried to help him, but now I'm not sure that the intention is noble anymore.
Listen, he pickled his own brine, sir. He pickled his own brine. He all he's done has been difficult.
Yeah.
He swears at everyone. He's incredibly belligerent. I've had my time with the whale. He did literally none of those things. But we can't deal with it. And we picked him up on a planet that was a cult that gave us this whale. We don't know what to do.
He's their ambassador.
I hate the whale. All the whale does is make us feel bad. Like, every time we talk with the whale, he's like, it's okay. All you're doing is making my life particularly difficult. And we just all sigh. Because we're like...
yeah, sunshine. So, yeah, no, we, on this jump, had some unique issues. So the existential fear began long before the 1 week mark. Before this misjump, you know, food was getting very scarce, so they actually took a job in exchange for a crate of food.
That's how
about
bad. Yeah, that's really... Shut up. That whale eats too much. We need to eat the whale. Here's the question is, how can we cook it? Oh, wait, he's in the tank. Sous vide. Never mind. We got it. What's the power bus of our scout ship rated to?
Oh, you know, that's something that I would have to come up with off the top of my head, because I don't think they did.
Well, yeah, no one thinks they're gonna have to cook a whale in Traveler, but I'm telling you here right now, I know.
I'll tell you. Actually, no. We are using a custom ship built on the Pirates of Drudex rules, the High Guard rules. It's actually. Yeah, Blubber's back on the menu, boys.
Yeah, everyone's just like,
Actually, a 400-ton fleet courier. And we'll start releasing some details about the game once it starts to get time. Water break.
Oh, a water break?
Once it starts to become time to put it on the podcast. Yes, sir, water break. Lord Commissar Eisenhart has redeemed a water break for 1,250 goob.
I see.
No, I pulled some stuff out of Drinax, but we're running in the Spinward Marches. I'm trying to see if I can write a better Collapse of the Imperium than they did in, Mega Traveler. So we're set at 1117 is the setting of the Third Imperium.
A good year.
And for my sources, yes, a very, very good year.
A great year.
So yeah, I don't like that aspect, Sunshine. So I've been digging into, the collapse of Yugoslavia, post-war Europe, a bunch of other interesting issues, and then my own experiences in some ways about what a civilization coming apart might look like on that scale.
Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana is
Are the
the answer.
colonists getting their designated 6 sleeps a day?
6 sleeps a day. That's a good question. Actually, no. We're going to start and end the day with a little bit of recreation, I think. We're going to do that, and we're going to have, then we're going to have 4 hours of work, right? Right? On either end of that, and then there's going to just be like a recreative, you know, thing in the middle.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah, just enjoy your time. I want you all to be very calm. Please don't stab each other or shoot each other with those judges. You'll put your eyes out.
Well, I mean, they can just keep shooting at each other with the judges because it's not going to do very much.
It would be terrible.
It's got to stand more than like 10 feet apart.
They're fun for shooting pumpkins.
Yeah.
All right, so we have 31
pretty
meals.
cursed, man, ducks.
We have 31 meals left. We have no kitchen. Our refrigerator doesn't work. And I think we've managed to harvest or make 0 crops. Oh, no. Sorry. We have some bananas from cutting down things. Oh, a transport pod crashed. What is it? Some guy? All right. I guess we'll perform first aid and use some of our precious medicine.
Why?
Because he's from a faction that has good trade. It's Union Aerospace.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm going to get us to do the stupid research first. All this stuff.
Yeah, the UAC.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Union Aerospace Corporation. I'm going to get them to do all the stupid stuff like the Hobbit level technology because it actually has some stuff that can be useful. And then we're going to get into Soviet small arms so we can mass produce AK-47s, and then German small arms so we can get artillery. And that ought to hold us over for a while until we get basic other industrialization. So we're going to do that before we get like air conditioning and, you know, creature comforts. But we'll get it there. We'll get it there.
Okay.
It's about the small things, really.
Zoom tight.
All right.
Hey, so guys, just you know, a heads up. If you train yourself to run on 4 and 5 hours a day, you can do that for a long time. But eventually, your body rebels and you pass out for like 16 hours, and no alarm, no calls from your friends will wake you up. And that's what happened to me today.
Well, I'm sorry that you had yourself an adequate amount of sleep. That's terrible.
It's fucking miserable. It fucked my day up.
You're like, well, now I can't have hamburgers. You know, I once
do need to figure out what I'm gonna eat.
I did hear somebody once tell me that the perfect hamburger topping was pickle relish, like sweet pickle relish, and I said, you're evil. This is not normal. I don't think that's a good topping.
So it's, you know, getting into philosophical musings, but I was pondering last night as I played Zomboid. What's up?
What's up? I don't know.
Okay, you made a noise, so I thought you
No.
had something to
I
interject.
was like, no, I'm just like, thinking. We're running out of food.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
Perilous food.
The food problem is becoming, yeah. Well, I mean, we have
good.
plenty.
We can harvest dozens of potatoes. Oh my God, we are in trouble. Go eat all the berries, boys. I'm not sending you out there to hunt with a judge because we'll hear bang, bang, and then wait, there'll be less mouths to feed. I might do that. Go ahead about Zomboid.
Go hunt the boomalopes, and they'll kill each other in mutual detonations, and then there will be some meat left over, human or boomalope. Anyway, but was pondering that perfect in the context of human use typically just means repeatable, not best. Somebody says, I make the perfect cup of tea. What they mean is they've got a system and it's down and they can repeat it. It doesn't necessarily mean that it is the best. And I don't know. That was a lot more enlightening when I was sleep deprived and sort of delirious.
Well,
Stealing a Hemet in Project Zomboid.
that's fair. Oh, cool, slaver. I can finally get rid of some of my people. I mean, oh. Yeah, I'm not paying your taxes. You can go fuck right off. He goes like, hey, you gonna pay taxes? No.
Red onion? Oh, yeah.
Okay, here's what we have to do is we now have to start cooking
Yeah,
simple
best
meals.
is absolutely subjective.
It is. It is. All right, wait. All right, I've told them all to cook simple meals.
There's an ISO standard for making tea.
Is there? Is there an ISO standard for making tea?
Night Owl says there is. I'm gonna have to research.
Please do.
I cannot imagine that ISO makes the best cup of tea.
You're probably not wrong. All right, I'm gonna put one more ox member on.
ISO 3103.
Wow.
Laid down in 1980 by the British Standards Institution. A revision was actually just recently published in December 2019.
And what's it say?
The abstract states, a method consists of extracting soluble substances in dried tea leaf contained in a porcelain or earthenware pot by means of freshly boiling water, pouring of the liquor into a white... Okay, well, yeah, that's why they think it's best. They're fucking baked. Into a white porcelain or earthenware bowl. Examination of the organoleptic properties of the infused leaf and of the liquor with or without milk or both. So they're using liquor as a liquid substitute. The word, not the alcohol.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here going like...
It's not meant to describe the proper method for brewing tea. It is intended to document a tea brewing procedure where meaningful sensory comparisons can be made.
What?
Okay. They wanted a standardized method, for instance, for taste testing across international borders to determine which tea is to someone's taste. So it's literally just standardizing any method of making tea. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad, just do it all like this so we have a baseline.
Huh. All right. Well, I just bought a bunch of millet seed and thrumbo meat because that's what I need to eat because that's all I've got.
I bet if you put both of those together, it's going to just be wonderful.
Millet and thrumbo. It's not for everybody. It's not great. We're working in the dark and the train is screaming outside. I have to reduce the speed of the game because it's just going like because God. So many subs.
Baker base, much appreciated.
Oh no, we're getting raided, but the Space Marines are here, so I'm not really worried. Yeah, no, the Ox can just chill out, because the Space Marines are like out front, plus some hobbits and shit. So I'm not really worried, tremendously so. Because here comes somebody named Teapot, and they've got a bunch of bears. And the game is literally just, ugh. Alright, so we are eating millet and just thrumbo meat because we're barely keeping up with our food input. Oh god, here they come.
Yeah, I have to imagine you're carving off like chunks of meat. He's a goner.
No, he's not, he's running.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right, it's Star Wars time.
You don't have a battle... You don't have a battle stations button yet?
I don't need one. I just lured them into a gunfight with a tourist judge helping. Yeah. Blood makes the grass grow, bitches. Get off my lawn. Reloading tourist judge.
So these are those these are those stormtroopers from Legends, not the movie ones.
Oh no, they actually know how to shoot guns. I'm telling the ox people to take the people and turn them into meat because we need the long pork right now badly. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
how does the ox feel about cannibalism?
Well, Cargonia says resources are resources and meat is meat, so just make the most of it. I mean, you can't just sit there and be like, oh, no hamburgers for me today. I mean, if someone copped an attitude and you can eat them an hour later, I think that's a win-win. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but, this guy brought all these bears I can't have. He brought just an assload of bears, I guess just to show us. Like, hey. He's like that guy who shows up at the car show with not car stuff. So we've got the Ox doing research. This is the research department. Their job is to do research. They're researching shit posts across the internet. I'm putting some shelves on the inn just so they have to actually get up and walk around. I don't want people to get dead legs. I think that would be really unpleasant. Alright, so now everything is going at
absolutely.
Very few frames because the game's like, too many things are happening at once. And I'm like, what's wrong, Rimworld? Don't you want to play this game? Look at all these jolly people playing chess in the dark, including one guy in the inn by himself. They're all just constantly happy playing chess in the dark.
It's because you've got the South Park mods going.
I love that
where they
mod.
all bounce around.
Oh, I love it. I love it. They all dance around. Everyone's having a good time. Don't worry. All the people are eatable.
No. I have to imagine that you're just carving off like chunks of meat and then breading it in millet and eating it like that.
How dare you speak of Gam's millet loaf? It's a family recipe going back dozens of minutes. Oh wait, I didn't mean to put that there. That was a misclick, but that's kind of funny. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to build our nice base and then continue to build it. Because right now we've got a bunch of weapons that they brought us, which is nice. We've got a bunch of bodies. We got someone sleeping in the deep freeze, which is creepy, but I'm not going to read into that. I don't have the time or the emotional fortitude to wonder why someone would sleep in a deep freeze. I can't deal with it, so I won't. But what I can do is put in a nice floor. That way everyone's happy all the time. Because that's how Rimworld works. Floors equal happy. And I'll put some power in so people can see in the dark.
Floors make me happier than anything.
You know, sometimes I think about all the lost opportunities of my life as manifested as regret, but then I look down at my floor and I go, worth it. Every time. Strong floor does that. It's very important. That's what they talk about foundational experiences, right? We have like 60 potatoes and a bunch of fucking corpses. Oh, but we're gonna have a fantastic fucking floor. I'm just gonna say this. If you could eat a people, what would be the best way to do it? Like sausage, you think? Most things sausage pretty well.
It's essentially pork. So yeah, anything you can do with pork probably is gonna be up there.
So if it was legal to eat you when you win, and you didn't,
everyone always.
Yeah. Well, they all say pork, right?
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm gone.
I'm just saying, like, you
Yeah,
think you're like a Jamaican jerk,
you'll get
or
some people saying chicken, but
those people, everything tastes like chicken to them. They'll be like, "Whoa, how was the pizza?" And they'll be like, "Tastes like chicken."
Given my familial history, I'm about the whitest guy there is, so I'd want to be made into vice first. You know, keep it going.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I'm gonna build me.
I sunburn, and then that sunburn turns into freckles.
Oh, that's fun.
And freckles are not cute on a 30-year-old man.
You're like, I'm a freckled darling. I'm a pretty girl.
Yeah.
Deputy is a very
I don't want to
charming
look
person.
like the Wendy's girl.
Yeah. I saw the real Wendy's girl. Did not look like the Wendy's girl. Then again, I suppose that must have been like 11 billion years ago.
It was a while ago. It's been like 50 years now, yeah.
Oh, there's a mad chinchilla. Let's watch it so it can get judged. Okay, where's it going? Uh-huh. Uh-huh, it's making noises. Oh, it's attacking one of the robots. I'm sorry, but no, that's expensive. I'd be fine with you attacking one of the ox, but the robots, I can't fix that. All right, here we go.
Well, yeah, the ox heal themselves or slowly.
All right, boys. Shotgun chinchilla. There you go. No, put another round in it. It might get up. There you go. All right. Now that you've killed your pet, you can leave. Okay. Yeah, I guess that was the fight. The game's like, there was a fight. We need to slow down. No, you don't. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it always does that.
Well, the game goofy. Oh, a roof collapsed. Where? Oh. They've not yet finished. Whatever. Oh, God. Anyways. Parts of the roof are collapsing. I'm not terribly worried. We got a bulk goods trader from the Shire coming in. I could trade any one of my 11 lunches. Man. I thought I was crazy, but no. We are rich. We have berries? Oh, and guinea pig fur. Excellent. Give me my 42 fucking dollars, sir. Thank you. We are wealthy. We have guinea pig fur. We are in a land of plenty here. I thought we were in trouble, but no. We have plenty. Alright, so now we're going to start building stone blocks like crazy. So we can have the art department do art. And we're going to fix that robot that crushed itself, because that happens and it's funny. Alright, now that that ceiling's braced, it should be fine. In theory.
Poor robot.
I'll fix it. Don't you worry. I'll fix that robot just fine. I'll make it more than dimension. Don't worry. What about winter? This war will be over by then. No, don't worry, it's not a war. Unless you consider it a long one.
Further decadence.
Yes, everyone has top hats, so very, very decadent. We have no money. So it's real decadence. Ah, yes. Bodyguard spotted. Dead. We'll bring it in, and we'll just start turning people into meat burgers. Because that's what you gotta do if you,
Now, hey, that's a guy you ordered... Ooh. That's the guy that you tried to save, but didn't get there in time.
Oh, that sucks.
The bodyguard.
Anyway, don't worry about it. What if a Gatling gun but a revolver? I mean, that would be interesting. Just sitting there for a moment, you're like, hey, you know, what if instead of hitting my target, I could destroy everything in an area? What if I did that? All right, so
I think you need to try and speed yourself down the nuclear weapons path.
that's going to take some doing, but it is entirely possible. We're going to have to get into Rim Atomics. Yeah, Rim Atomics. There we go. Okay, we have to get to...
Yeah.
What is it? Where is that? We have to get into machining before
Trader
we can...
shows up. They're mean to you. You delete their home before they can get home. Yes.
I've done
Maybe
that.
you shouldn't have said mean things about the chinchilla hat.
I've done that before in Rimworld, where like someone brought me a bunch of like tacos to trade, and I was like, I don't desire this. I asked for uranium, and they're like, we don't have any, and so I would just like wipe them out. It was pretty great. All right. Looks like everything's doing okay. I remember your Rimworld playthrough being particularly horrific. It was, well, you had those people that would just get snapped up and then disappear. And then would reappear differently, you know, changed.
Well, yes. The Void, I really wish they would update that to 1.3, because that was a hell of a mod. Completely, like, anything under 20 millimeter won't even touch it.
Yeah, they were horrifying, because they'd take your people. They just take them, you know?
Yeah. He just wandered around as we threw everything we had at it. It's like 30-foot tall humanoid black monster that makes weird squealing noises. And eventually he just like smacked one of my people into the ground like a bug and then picked them up and walked away. I was like, okay, well, I'll never see them again. And then they ransomed him back to us. Yes, 20 millimeter Hispano. I mean, it's not the most powerful 20 millimeter, but it's up there. So I'm just shooting Bushmaster rounds at this fucking thing and not making a dent. The MG3s on the tripods are trying their damnedest, but 7.62's tickling it. But yeah, like a month later, they ransomed her back. Both of her legs were cut off, and she had a crippling addition to Yayo. So
wow. So they just wow.
And I think she had a new like psychological break trait as well. So yeah, they just like tortured her, cut off her legs, and then like I'm done playing with this toy. If you pay me 1,000 silver, I'll give her back.
Jeez. Horrifying.
It was horrific.
By the way, we're up to 45 people burgers. Doing all right. Doing all right here.
Oh, yeah.
Ideally, we will have more food. Oh, wait. Components shouldn't go in there. Why?
Yeah. Just making John Doe burgers over here.
Well, I mean, people show up, right? And they're like, oh, I don't like you. And I'm like, you know what? You know what'd be really funny? And they're like, what? And I'm like, what if I grind you into dirt? You know. Just...
And then turned you into burgers and sold you back to your family.
Well, I mean, I haven't sold any burgers yet. We don't have that many extra. We're like that Wendy's that's constantly out of stuff for no reason.
Wendy's. Well, the reason Wendy's is always fucking out of shit is because they do the supplies every night. Like, when they say never frozen beef, they mean it. They are legitimately stocking...
Legitimate stock
every
of
Wendy's
beef!
with fresh meat every night.
Yeah. Oh, of course. I mean, it's It's...
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
It's all right. You had a grape stomping lady, but in your brain. Remember that old name?
Yeah.
Do you think she's okay? I always feel bad because I laugh at that, but I wonder if she like had problems later. Like, do you think grape stomping lady had like a TBI? I mean, I would feel awful if she did, but I would also understand. I mean, that seemed like a really bad fall.
Like, nobody would be surprised.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I deployed the auxiliary. So we've got this wonderful ocean of people working for us in the auxiliary, and they're just all out there doing stuff. We're not a cult. And, you know, because, I mean, cults have worship. We don't do that. Also, don't cults demand, like, activities? Like, don't you have to do sing-alongs and stuff? Like, they have a bunch of stuff like where you have to, like...
it depends on the cult, I guess.
Yeah. I suppose. Alright, so I'm gonna put, go ahead.
Alright, it appears that after that video was uploaded, she left that station in Atlanta, went to Albany, New York, where she became a meteorologist for a while, and has since disappeared from the internet.
Oh, well, she moved on then. But not to, like, the great beyond.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I was worried that, like, somehow beyond that, like, she was like, she never recovered from her grape falling and, like, you know, had short-term memory loss or something.
The Chocolate Rain Kid, he now does music for Dr. Pepper, Comedy Central for commercials. He was also in the 2009 video for Weezer's song Pork and Beans.
Oh.
I found a list of the earliest YouTube stars and what they do now.
Remember that dude, You Got a Dell guy, ended up working at, like, TGI Fridays or something. I think he got fired for smoking pot. I remember hearing that story, and I was like, the guy who was in 5 commercials? For the defunct computer company? Yeah, I could see that. And now we need to build a Cargonian religion room. While I work on that, would you mind seeing what chat wants? Because right now, Mike's streaming and I'm streaming, and when that happens, there's a little bit of a delay, which becomes very, very apparent in conversation.
Yeah.
So, if you could see what chat is up to while I work on this Cargonian religion room. I mean, belief system room. You know what I mean. It's definitely a system.
I find it funny that clones are making burgers out of real people.
Well, somebody's gonna make clones out of burgers, or burgers out of clones.
Levinin762, thank you for the tip. Mad Crow Lad said, don't cults also have manifestos or belief systems? They could, but I don't know that it's specifically required. We must ponder. Because I think any of that would be part of an ideology, and you can have an ideology without those elements. Well, belief system, but manifesto not necessarily.
It's all right. We're harvesting the potatoes we got. Which
Cookie!
Ain't... Oh, huh? Oh.
Which ain't much.
No.
Cookie 2K2. I went to grade school with Dancing Derek. He's a FedEx driver now. That's a really good job, actually. Good for him. Like, they make more than I do. And they work pretty hard for that money. So, hell yeah. Get at it. Delivery drivers kick ass. Also, the delivery drivers usually know when there's weird addresses before we do. Because, like, something has to happen at that address for us to get called there. And then we're like, wait, how do we get to that road? It doesn't connect to any of the roads we know. While people order from Amazon, like, constantly. So you go find the UPS guy, and he's like, oh, yeah, no, you got to go through Mike's driveway right here. and hook a left at the elm tree, and down there, and then that'll put you onto the road. And that's real directions to a road in my county. It's a public road that you have to access through a private easement.
Jeepers.
Because they have messed up their application to connect to a public road like 5 times, and they've just given up at this point, I think.
So they're just like, it's not worth it, whatever.
Yes, there's like 5 houses down there. They've got a paved public roadway that is maintained by the county, but it's not connected to county road network. You've got to drive through a man's driveway to get there. And not like a little short driveway, like one of those country drives where it's a quarter mile from the road and you can't see it from the road kind of thing. Yeah.
Man, the ox is really just...
Where do I live with that?
it.
The American Midwest, sir. Mining the hell out of it. Hell yeah.
We got to. I'm going to get up and get a beverage. I'll be right back.
All right. Yep, so there's that one. There's a couple of roads that we just don't go down. Oh, there's... City planning is a really, really strong term. Absolutely, Pistol. You are Cargonia. Welcome. We have several roads that if there's been a rain in the last month, we just park at the end of and walk down because we're just going to get patrol cars stuck. Even I drive a pickup truck instead of a Charger. And oh, I know somebody from Keokuk. Yeah, it's the same stuff. Yeah,
right.
There was no planning involved. 5-foot pole. I don't think anybody plans anything in county government.
Why would
It
they?
just happens and we react.
So I've got this. Here's my question. Remember when I said St. Francois County needs our help? Remember when I put that call out on the internet?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Very politely, I asked the internet. I said, Internet, would you very, very kindly help this very nice county come up with a new seal? Because the last seal was designed in 5 minutes and it looks like I did it. It looks awful. So, a lot of people put stuff on that seal and sent it in, and then we got that weird voice recording from a county meeting where they said, we're like nervously, they said like, we reserve the rights to select the seal, and the final rights will be ours, and we may blend elements from other seals, and, like we've altered the terms, and, we're just wondering, like, did somebody send something to them?
Yeah, pray I do not alter it any further.
Sure, but I'm wondering, like, if somebody sent something to them and it made them that, like, nervous. They were like, this Black Pants Legion group's kind of weird. And I'm wondering if somebody sent them something that just freaked them out, like Ghostbusters fighting Jesus or something.
I imagine almost certainly they did.
I mean, okay. If you had to design a county seal for a county you'd never seen, there's Francois County, Missouri. I mean, I looked up what's famous there, and I was like, just put a barn on it. Just put a barn, America's pastoral past, and just leave it at that, and, reasonable. And people put other things on there, too. I saw a few that were pretty funny, like the one that had side corn everywhere, like an Illuminati thing. I like that one. But, yeah, I just don't know why they didn't tell everybody, like, hey, we want to see the rest of them. Yeah,
that's what I was hoping for was here's all of our suggestions.
Well, my favorite was the one the person sent in that had the sponge monkeys on it. If you guys don't know what the sponge monkeys are, there was a time when the internet was young and people in advertising said anything that was on the internet was a good idea. And so they took this guy's video called Sponge Monkeys and they made a Quiznos commercial with them. And it's absolute batshit mind-melting why. Like, why would you make this as a commercial? This doesn't even tell me about the product. It's just weird and it's great. It's like a Generation 1 shitpost for the internet. But yeah, someone did the Sponge Monkeys thing for the St. Francois County, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah, we're talking like Newgrounds era, right?
Like albino black sheep.
Pre-YouTube.
Yeah, albino
like
black
04.
sheep. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the sound quality issue in Discord, that's also the delay, and why it seems like I keep talking over text is because him and Mike are both streaming, so they're
we're competing,
trying to divide attention between the two.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. There's a little bit of a delay and a little bit of lag of quality, so I apologize to you people. But hey, it's the internet and it's free, so there's the other option of being like, it's all right. It's not great. It's 3 out of 5. It's like Orville Redenbacher. You know, it's not your favorite movie popcorn, but you recognize the old fuck and you trust him to not kill you. That's a good question. I haven't had popcorn in forever.
Do you have one of those?
Go ahead.
Do you have one of those old-timey magnetized roof lights from the Naked Gun or Hawaii Five-0? I do not, but my light bar is from approximately the time the Twin Towers fell. So it's not the brightest, and it's not the, we can't program the front of it. Whatever flash pattern it has is the flash pattern it has. We did program the back, so now I can get it to do the Knight Rider single light tracking back and forth, which is fun. I also had them give me the Ecto 1 siren, just because it was something different. I've also got the European Ambulance two-tone siren.
When have you ever used the Ecto 1 siren? When?
No, I'll chirp it going through intersections because people have no idea what the fuck it is. You know, they'll hear the normal siren and they'll be like, oh, there's a cop coming or whatever, right? And then I'll switch over to the European Ambulance and then start chirping the Ecto because they're on the same button and people go, I don't know what's happening, but what the fuck? And they pay attention.
That's reasonable.
Because we don't hear those sirens on the road in America.
I'm gonna say this much. Like, if I could have a horn or anything, I would want a Stuka Siren of Jericho. That's what I'd want. I just want to hold that and have that, and just have people go like, oh god. What I've also learned is if you use the Stuka Siren of Jericho in War Thunder and air-to-air combat, people don't know what to think. Alright, so Rimworld-wise, we've got this wonderful good... Look, we've got good times, and look, Stuka Siren's fine. It just makes people nervous. It's the best horn. It's the toot horn with authority. So the Ox is all having fun. No one's punching each other in the mouth anymore. They're in a poor mood. Why? Why are they in a mood? What do they want? No head of personnel. No union rep. My friend vented to me and tired. Well, that's not good. Let's see what your needs. Ate without table. Motherfucker, there's the giantest table. Why have you eaten without table? I prevented you plenty of hobbit on which to sup. You people with your needs. Alright, here we go. I'm just gonna do that. Deb had a phone call, so he stepped away. This is gonna be the Cargonian, like, hangout room. We're gonna have, like, these pews, and people will sit around them. I guess. I'm not good at this religion thing. We're gonna have some loudspeakers so you can dance. I mean, I think that's important. You gotta shake your ass at religion. Gotta have some of that. And then what else do we need? Oh yeah, it needs pillars, because otherwise the room will be, quote, disrespected. Which is insane. But, you know, disrespect a room, right? Alright, so they'll all start building that. And then we'll just get into structure, and we'll build some steel columns to support stuff. And then, yeah, that'll be easy peasy. Done and done. Oh, and I should probably have some lights. Because people like that, I guess. Alright, the Cargonian religion room. Or ideology thing. Room. Not a religion TM. I bought a Diet Coke from a local store right before this stream. And there is not one bubble in it. I know I've been fucked over on stuff in life before, but nothing is sadder than a Coke in which all the fizz has left. And it says it's good to this year on the fucking bottle. It says it's good. So, I mean... goddamn. Someone's been siphoning my carbon. We are now up to 403 food. And some people are just sleeping on the floor all the time. And that's fine. They can do that. Whatever. But we're going to have a nice religion room of Cargonia. And this is going to be the disco dance floor of Cargonia. It's where we hold our pizza party, which is the holy stomp of gathering of goodness, the pizza party. And we're going to just have our nice religion room where we have our crazy cult of fun. Kind of. Alright, so now we need to begin doing things like, okay, you can be the quartermaster local. Begin. That is the job. Quartermaster local. You refuse to do any of these jobs, which you're not doing anyways. There, go. Ah, excellent. A gathering of the auxiliary. He's promising fire. Good. What else is he promising? Fire. Uh-huh. Yep. Fire. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Fire. Yeah. No. Mm-hmm. It's a good one. Yeah? What else? Someone else is hiding in the room because exhausted. Yeah, I do that a lot. It's called depression, really. Alright, cool. We have a quartermaster local, because there's a quartermaster general, quartermaster local, you know, all different versions. Okay, now we need to create another role change. He's already the quartermaster local, so you need to be the head of personnel. Begin. Oh yes, the ceremonies. I'm going to speed them up. It's just going to be like a diploma at a really rough high school. They're just like, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. Yahtzee, get out of here, you know? Don't worry about it. Just grab a diploma and take an application and get out. Ah, an ugly environment made them sad. I don't believe that. I'm sorry, but I've seen a lot of people's houses, and no. Alright, so, let's see. We have that, we have that. We need a new role. Scrombles, the melee specialist. We also have a catch surrogate for a shooting specialist, but we need our union rep, which is important. They're like, how many ceremonies today? Cargonians need their union rep, and the union rep's job is to yell at people. But as soon as we get these, we can then have our Cargonian religion things that hopefully will make people kind of happy sometimes. All right, and done. Simple. Okay, we have no rolls lacking. We can now begin our annual thing that we do in the Cargonian religion, which is the Cocaine and Guns Expo, which is great. It's a trading fair of Cargonians, and it's important. And we just need to make sure this room is really nice. We've got food now, which is pleasant. It's very pleasant. Ah, yes, we've researched pemmican. Excellent. So now we're getting into what's called pemmican. Oof. We're not very advanced, but we learned how to make a smokehouse, which is nice. So we can actually start smoking the human meat we get and turning it into human jerky, which we're going to have to come up with a term to market under, I suppose. Which you can't just... What? Some wanderer wants to join? No. How's that? How about no? All right, let's begin this Cocaine and Guns Expo.
We'll call it Jerky Sapien brand jerky.
Jerky Sapien. I hate that. We had a Cocaine and Guns Expo and someone collapsed just in the middle of it. And everyone's dancing around them like, who cares? Money!
Oh, yeah. Jerky Sapien. It's the next evolution in human biology.
Look at all these people we got to join.
There we go. That's our slogan.
Ugh. Don't tell them about slobbies.
And our marketing image. Our marketing image is, it starts as a monkey and then goes to the great apes and then primitive human and then full human and then a package of our jerky at the end.
Ugh. I hate that. I hate that commercial because I can see it, but I hate that commercial a lot.
Yeah.
I hate it.
So
go ahead.
We've been having a lot of fun with a commercial hellhole dystopia, in Traveler.
It's slobbies is horrible. I hate slobbies. I hate
Smith and Wamper.
I hate it. I hate all of it. I hate that you came up with it. Like, do you just sit on duty and go, I'm gonna come up with the worst restaurant ideas possible and then just make you enjoy them?
Oh, I'd be driving around, and I'd see something and I'd be like, no, that's actually a good idea. And I'd send it in a Facebook Messenger message to myself. I have a conversation that I kicked everybody else out of, and I use it for like, I need to get milk kind of shit, right? So I'd throw it in there, and then later I'd go through and be like, oh yeah, I should flesh that out. So then I would.
Slobbies. It's Arby's, but for coleslaw. And I hate it. I hate it so much.
That one I stole from the internet.
It's just horrifying.
Traveler's still running, so the podcast is a while out. Because we're going to want to get it all done and then do our editing and everything and then release it. So you'll know when it's starting to come out.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be for a while. Yeah, like Jim's Coleslaw, but much, much worse. Like, think mass production on a scale that has not been tried on this planet.
Okay, so we've made enough potatoes and hobbit meat burgers in order to hold people over. We have more than enough beds, but no one seems to want to sleep in them.
Fuck them then.
I mean, some people are just like, I'm going to sleep in the thing. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck off.
Yeah, but they're going to get pissed off because people are walking on them when they're asleep.
That's just how it be, man. People just walking on them while you sleep. That's how it is. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go and talk with this guy from the Space Marines who showed up and see if he will buy any of our potatoes or baked goods because we ain't got shit. All right, he has panthers for sale, and that's it. He's like, I got panthers for sale. And I'm like, why? Why do you have panthers for sale? And he's like, I'm a panther salesman. It just sounds like a bad NPC that the DM came up with to make you not go outside. Ugh.
How dare people accuse you, a traveling gasoline salesman, of starting those fires?
It sounds terrible. Why would anyone accuse that? I mean, it could be anyone. All right, so Rimworld's going along, but it's moving at a crawl because the game is suddenly freaking out at so many people. It's going to take eons for us to get to, well, the fun radioactives. So far, though, the game does not seem intent to want to kill me, which I'm thankful for.
Who are you running on for Storyteller?
Cassandra Classic, just because they're all random. That's the thing in Rimworld, is it's like, oh, it's gonna roll on random charts to determine an outcome, and I'm like, then that's not really all that different. They're like, well, this one's weighted different. I'm like, I've had the same random shit happen, and they're like, how dare you? Don't ever say that again. Never say that again of Rimworld. And I'm like, okay, I won't.
How dare you?
How dare you make fun of Rimworld? I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying there's something things in Rimworld that make it a little upsetty spaghetti. And, you know, I laugh at it. Also, we're going heavily into weapons, as you might imagine. And then we'll get into liquor. Liquor's a good business. It's recession-proof. Seems like the game likes it if I zoom in all the way. Nope, that's a lie. But we're slowly making money. We're slowly making good money. We're making the good money on this. So, not bad. And by the good money, I mean we're making food, which is arguably the best money you can make. All we gotta do is put a smokehouse down here.
Well, I mean, yeah, I could see how equipping 30 hand grenades would bug out this game.
Well, yeah, it does that. It don't like everything, but look, man, I'm gonna make an indoor smokehouse. Haven't you always wanted to have a smokehouse indoors?
Oh yeah, it's right up there with indoor generator on my to-do list.
Oh man, isn't that great?
Helps me sleep at night.
Yeah, you know, you just gotta have that generator. I mean, nothing like a Rotax engine just clanging away to let you know that everything's well in the world, right? So we have a lot of food. We even have people that are getting butchered, which is nice because fuck them. And, you know, I mean, they came to us. They were like, hey, you guys are awful. And I'm like, wrong, you're food. And now we have all these meats. People are all dancing together. There's just a bunch of creatures on the lawn. Don't worry about it. We got taters. We're making smoked meat. Look, if I want a smokehouse in my living room, that's my business. I think it is anyways.
It is for now.
Well, I mean, soon it's going to be everyone's business because just the smonk is going to fill everything up. And there's vomit, like, splashes everywhere. There's blood everywhere because people refuse to do dumb labor. They get really mad. So now there's just gross everywhere constantly. But hey, we're getting research done. We're going to learn how to make, like, desks soon enough. Isn't that going to be wonderful? It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Everybody likes a good desk.
Everyone likes a good desk. Now we're gonna smoke the human meat, I think, because I want to get primo money on that. Now the hobbit you want to can. That's a good export meat. That hobbit meat is definitely a frying or a canning meat. Very, very sumptuous, you know. That hobbit meat. All that lazy work in the Shire makes them so delicious.
You gotta cut it. You gotta cut it with like deer or something though, because it's a pretty high fat meat.
I know.
Want to bring that down.
Yeah, I know, we got to. And it's okay. I'm just going to smoke a bunch of meat in here in this back room. And you don't have to go in the back room to know what's going on in there. You'll just smell it. You'll be like, that smells like Jim. And you're like, it is.
It is indeed.
The future is awesome and in no way terrifying. Think about how easy it'll be to turn people into meat. All you got to do is pull a lever. See, there's the ox just happily in the dark. They're just happily in the dark, like roasting people and just like, just hanging out with my friends and dancing. Dancing as I cook my people meat. We're not a cult. Anyways, let's build a good power grid. That's going to be my next attempt. Because right now we're running on angry radiation box, and that's like not really a power grid. That's just a nuclear battery essentially, and it's awful. It's kind of like the Soviets where they had those lighthouses that ran off of RTGs.
Mm-hmm.
And they just left them out there, and it's like, yeah,
just because that couldn't go bad.
Don't worry about it. Like, what if it rusts? Who cares? it's like, holy shit. Oh, cool. We unlocked food condiments. Excellent. Don't worry, guys. The hard times are over. We unlocked condiments.
Put some ketchup on your millet.
Yeah, you can have millet on your hobo steak. Hobo steak.
Mayhawk says you gotta dry age and vacuum seal Hobbit. Pack it with dry ice and it'll stay good for weeks.
Oh, that's good to know. Thank you. I'd heard that they do well in a red wine reduction with garlic and onions. It's good to know and share these recipes. That's what the internet's all about. All right, let's build. All right, we're just going to put nice hardwood floors in everywhere, and we won't have to worry about fire or anything, because I've never heard of fire on hardwood floors in my life. Not once.
Nope. Yeah, no.
As we all know, the best insulated hardwood floors is not to believe that they can be set on fire. Also, the best way to get rid of puke on the floors, we learned in Parkitect, is just to flip the tile.
Concrete pad all over.
Yeah, just flip it.
It'll take care of itself.
I believe some of the Ox people are starting to wear clothing that they pulled off corpses, just to be different, you know. And that's fine. I mean, you got to accessorize, right? It's Rimworld is not a good post-scarcity society, we should say. I don't understand why they don't like their bearskin top hat, though. It's very dapper. So far we've got the start of a nice floor. We're starting to get into the end of the basic bitch technologies, and that will have trained our people to have come up with the better technologies. One of the Ox members is wearing what looks like a boat bomber's beard. Just right up here. That's different.
As one does.
Looks like he just found it. He went to a party city and he was like, boat bomber's beard, and was like, you know. Yes, we've learned farming techniques. Excellent. Most excellent. Now we can learn how to, like, farm. Oh, wait. We already have. Go shoot that guinea pig. It's on the lawn. I don't like it. I don't know what it is. Wake up and go shoot that guinea pig. That thing could attack us at any time. I mean, we got to deal with this. We can't just not let this happen, you know. And it's not kidney farming. That will happen later. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, we're just putting all the meat in the blender, so we have to legally call it a mix.
It's like when you buy vegetables and it says spring mix. It doesn't say how many crickets are in there.
Yeah.
All right, so this guy in the ox is just kind of casually walking over with his judge. He's just going to dome this guinea pig for meat because it's just hanging around, you know, on the lawn. He's taking his time. He's thinking about it. As the game keeps stuttering because it's like, too many things at once. Why? Ah! So we're just going to slowly walk over there, you know, have a good time. I'll speed it up. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to make nature go away. There we go. All right, good job. Oh, by the way, if you wouldn't mind, no, he can't. He's in his moment. Okay, good job.
Yeah. I am one with the judge.
He just stands
It's
there.
an extension of my arm.
There are many judges, but this one is mine. Also, there's Dragon's Breath 410 rounds.
Okay.
Not in this
That's
mod.
one way to do it, I guess.
Not in this mod. I'm just saying, just as a for instance, you know, why would you have a judge? It's like, well, I mean, it's not the most practical everything gun, but it does work. It can Dragon Breath. And don't worry, it's not a lot of colonists. I did this once recorded through where there was like, what, 60, 70 people? In the end, there were only like 20, but they were all cybernetic horrors. They were absolutely horrifying.
Yeah, yeah.
But look, we're building a nice floor. Everything's nice. Everyone's eating their dinners. Everyone's hanging out together. We're having our hobbit meat food. And we're eating the bandits who came to kill us. We got people smoking them in the back room. It's not a bad time. We had a pizza party. We had a cocaine and guns expo. It's all very nice. I mean, as far as a Rimworld goes. I mean, we paved over most of the puke. Most of it.
You did.
Why is most
of it?
Well, why is the most of the puke in the chess room? Like, what kind of chess are they playing is the question. Like, is this just like the BPL chess tournament where it's like things are a little crazy, or, you know, I'm just wondering. It's boxing chess. Okay, I see. So we're getting...
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, we've researched obelisk, but not of light, unfortunately. That will be later. So
But it's Rimworld boxing, so only below the belt.
Oof. Only below the belt. Well, sooner or later, I'll have to show people again the wonderful joy of uranium jail. Uranium jail really makes people behave.
You know, they stop resisting fairly quickly, yes.
Yeah, it's almost like they stop resisting.
I have to imagine you just got, like, uranium fever. Playing over the intercom.
I probably would. Now, I'm not saying that I'm putting the smoker and the prison in the same room for a reason. I'm just letting people know what they're getting into here. You know, it's just one of those things of like, oh, what kind of prison is this? And I'm like, well, let me say this. You better get on board or you're going to get burgered, right? And now, this is just going to be the starter jail, of course, and probably the hospital in time. But just keeping it next to the burger apparatus to let people know, like, hey, this is where shit's going, so You know, they're going to sit in the dark next to the smokers and realize that sooner or later they're all going to be burgers. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
It's about the small things, I think. So, of all the Rimworld approaches, what is your favorite way of dealing with the people who come in and just want to hurt you? Like, what's your focus there? Like, because my general thing is I have people come in, and if they're bad, I saw their feet off so they can't escape anymore.
Yeah. I don't take a lot of prisoners. I typically have just a ring of dead people at the furthest extent of my defenses.
Oh, I see.
And if you wade through them to come attack me, you've been warned.
Usually, I think if they find...
So yeah, I know there's a lot of money to be made.
Sure. I mean, I'm trying to propagate my own industry, which is limbs and pieces and what have you. Bits and bobs, as it were. The detritus of, polite civilization. Wow, we're tearing some sort of... it's just a named animal that has died. Well, we killed it. Anyways, we're just gonna tear things apart. That's what we do here. I know sometimes in Rimworld you can do stupid stuff. Like I remember one time I had Dig's character with like 20, 30 pigs. And his only job was to breed the pigs. And so he had like 800 pigs. And then somebody attacked him. And all you heard was squealing as all the pigs attacked back. And they all ate the person. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Just imagine attack pigs. Ugh. Yeah, it was pretty good, the attack pigs. Definitely up there in terms of stupid. So it seems like...
Those pigs were loved. You are correct.
They were loved. There were so many. And what was fucked up is, like, every gunfight, one would die, but then you'd look back and there were like 30 or 40 more. And they just kept breeding. They would just breed. So every time you looked over and there was like 800 new pigs, and then something would attack one and you would just hear squealing. And it was on. Like it was on. It was like this horde of pigs devouring somebody. And the person could kill like 20 or 30 of them, whoever attacked. Sure. Even with a machine gun, but the pigs would devour them. They would just be like locusts on a crop. They just, and they're all gone. And at the end of every battle, you had like, bacon. Like that was the other thing is like you'd have a battle and you'd lose all your pigs and your guy would be sad, but then there'd be barbecued. So, I mean, it's a good cycle of product. We've managed to get quite a bit of food, which is really, really, really amazing. I thought we would be dead by now. So, go us. I can also make cheese if I want, but why? Why make cheese when I can make artillery? It's those questions you have to ask yourself. What kind of business are you in? And I think the answer is just fire. I'm gonna make a lot of wheat.
Yeah, fire.
Yeah, fire's the business I'm in.
To destroy what you've done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm gonna make a giant wheat farm so that I can grow lots and lots of booze. Because we're going to get into the whiskey business as well. Just because, again, this is Rimworld, and I don't think that, like, therapy is something I can export. But I can make alcohol, which is going to accomplish the same thing, probably, in this very grim world. So that requires wheat, and we have plenty. We're going to make some good old squeezins. We're also going to make a bunch of baked goods, like pies and stuff, because that'll be nice. We'll sell pies and kidneys. Not the same thing, though. Alrighty. This is going to be good. Yeah, corn makes whiskey, but you can also make it out of wheat. You can do wheat flour and use that as your grain. And look at all that human meat we're smoking.
Rice,
oh,
correct?
Man. You could do a lot of... I mean, all you really need is a grain, in all honesty. Because there's rye whiskey, grain whiskey, all sorts of whiskeys. And then as you get to more specific ingredients, start getting into bourbon and rye and everything else. And there's a lot of ifs, ins, and that's and thens when it comes to whiskey. But in general, I'm going to say if it tastes all right, it's probably okay. When it comes to whiskey, there's a lot of stuff that does not taste good, and they'll try to convince you it tastes great, and they'll pay people to tell you it tastes great, and it don't. So if you taste it and go, I don't care for it, then don't buy it.
And taste before you spend money on expensive bottles.
Always. Because I know a lot of people who are like, oh, Pappy is great. Pappy is fantastic. It is. But it's like a once-a-decade whiskey. I know some people try to have it just to have it. And I'm like, why? Why would you do that?
Well, that is the reason why it is so difficult to find it. It's so expensive when you do.
Well, they only
there's
make
a bunch of people who want Pappies on the shelf to never touch it. Yeah, and they only make so many. They're not going to dilute their product to meet that demand. They've said so repeatedly. So
that is correct.
You've got this massive demand for the product.
Well, yeah, and hipsters try to, well, they're like, if I have this, people will like me. No, they won't. I'm sorry, but they won't. So I've been streaming for about 2 hours 12, and I think that's about all the energy I have left in me today because I had a really long day at work. So if we don't mind, I'd like to kind of just wind it back here. But if you want to join the auxiliary, just hit ! And Discord in that stream, and you can see that right there. And Deputy, do you have anything to help us close out on?
Nothing here. You all have a good night.
All right. All you folks have a good evening and stay safe out there.
Nah, quiz is coming up.
Ah, good.